folks. Welcome back to the channel. There are bad decisions, and then there's whatever this is. A paternity hearing takes a turn when identical twins, both entangled with the mother during the same time frame, are both in line for fatherhood. Ew. And since standard tests can't tell identical DNA apart, the court is left to sort out a case that science isn't even built to solve. And with substance abuse in the mix, the situation just keeps getting worse. Let's see how the court and modern science handle this one.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
I will call Randall County case number 86136L1. This is an adversary hearing involving the Shelley child. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the child. Ms. Lucero is with us representing the mother, Ms. Shelley, who is with us. And Mr. Jackson is with us representing the unknown father. Mr. Scales, an alleged father, is with us. Before we get started, Ms. Lucero, I understand you have a motion to make.
Oh, Your Honor, can we bring in the investigator?
Sure. Becky Amos.
Yes, Your Honor. And I think there might be an Kathy Jones is already in. Okay.
Okay. I have an Ashley Warren. I couldn't associate her with anybody, but
She was going to be a witness, Your Honor, but we've already contacted her that this hearing's being rescheduled.
okay. Do we want to let her in or?
We can.
Okay. Okay, I think everybody's with us. Ms. Lucero, you go ahead and make your motion.
Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to withdraw on this case. I believe I have a conflict. There was a prior CPS case involving Ms. Shelley. I have the cause number here. I don't know if the court needs it, but I represented one of the fathers in that case.
Okay. Just for the record, if you'll go ahead and just give the cause number, we don't need to talk about names.
Okay. Yeah, the cause number was 69766-L1.
Okay, thank you. All right, then the motion's been made. Does anybody object to Ms. Lucero being allowed to withdraw due to a conflict?
No, Your Honor.
No
Okay.
objection.
All right. Ms. Shelley, I need to go ahead and tell you, Ms. Lucero was in my last hearing. She let me know this was coming up. So what we'll do is we have a wheel that we rotate who gets appointed. So since she has a conflict, then the next person up will be your lawyer. If you get something to write on, I'll tell you who that is and how to contact him.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay. His name is Jay Michelson. His last name is Michelsen. And his phone number is 806-323-3261. We'll go ahead and I assume that you wanted to continue or postpone this case till you can talk to your new lawyer. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to reset this hearing for March 3rd, 2026. It will be by Zoom, just like today's hearings. So parties and attorneys can go on no.
You said 2026.
Oh, I'm sorry, March 3rd, 2025. It will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two in advance to see what time we'll have that hearing. All right, yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Just before everybody gets off here, to the extent that Mr. Jade Shells is willing to visit with me, I would ask that you put us in a breakout room, please.
Okay, sure. You're not necessarily, I didn't appoint you to represent him, but do you want to talk to him?
It's my understanding that Mr. Shells is not represented.
That's correct. You want to talk? I thought maybe you thought I'd appointed you to represent an alleged and unknown father.
No, sir. No,
okay.
Sir.
All right. Yeah, if he wants to talk to you, he can. But Mr. Scales, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I need to explain something to you. You have been alleged as you have been pled as what's called an alleged father. That tells me that you weren't married to Miss Shelley when this child was born. Is that correct?
Correct.
Were you at the hospital when this child was born?
No.
Okay, all right. Then I need to tell you, you have the absolute right to ask for paternity testing that will show that you either are or you are not the biological father of this child. Do you want to ask for that testing today?
Yes, I do, sir.
Okay, I'll go ahead and order that today. The way that works, they'll be in touch with you to tell you where to go to have that test completed. If it comes back that you are not the biological father, then you'll be removed from the case and you won't have anything you need to do. If it comes back that you are in fact the biological father, then you have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, you have the right to ask the court to consider whether or not you're entitled to a court-appointed attorney at no cost to you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. I've got a question for you.
Okay.
I talked to the CPS worker and she told me to ask you directly. Um, I've I recently found out that my identical twin brother was sleeping with her at the same time I was.
Uh-huh.
And as far as that goes, we don't know if I'm the father or if he's the father, if we are the father. You know what I mean? That we're identical, so our DNA
Yeah.
is the same. So I think she put me on there because I'm the only one with a job and not strung out. So
Okay.
I feel like what happens if it comes back it's my DNA, but it's my brother's kid?
Well, I've never had this happen, and I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know if there's some way they can distinguish between identical twins. But what will happen is we'll do the paternity test on your identical brother too. If it comes back that it says you're both not the father, that takes care of that issue. If it
Right.
comes back and then we can't tell who it is, then we'll just have to. You'll need to explore that with. By that time, if you don't have an attorney, obviously you should ask for one.
Right. I've already filled out the paperwork for one.
Okay, I can't appoint you. You understand? I can't appoint you till we see if you
That's
are.
fine. I just know you have a lot of knowledge on this, so I wanted to see if you've ever seen
Well,
anything like that before.
no, I don't have a lot of knowledge on that. I just told you I've never had this come up.
Yeah.
Ms. Gutierrez, she used to work for the Attorney General. Have you ever had it come up?
Your Honor, from my understanding, the test that AG's office uses doesn't distinguish between identical twins. I think Miss Wiggins has done a little bit of research. There's a different test that is highly costly. We may be looking at adding his brother to the case and
Okay.
asking the court to approve that extra cost for that
Okay.
test and see
Yeah,
if
no,
we can get it
it's-
done that way.
I mean, it's obviously if what you're telling me is correct, it's obviously if there is a test available, we'll have to do it. So,
Yeah.
I'm just going off Miss Wiggins' Google research, Your Honor.
okay, all right, Mr.
And
Scales.
I'll let you know now, like I'm this baby's best shot, and I know that. And if it is my brother's child, I mean he's strung out too, so I'll still take custody, but
Well,
I just
don't.
I'm just kind of freaking out on all.
I'm sure you are, but I'm telling you,
It's a big
I'm not going to hold
situation.
you. I'm not going to hold you anything you say today. You might regret it if I took what you just said to heart. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
we're gonna do what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna find out who the father is if it's medically possible, and then we'll go from there. So you
Right.
don't.
I was just in church Sunday and the preacher spoke right to me. He was talking about how back then if your brother or your father or whatever died, then you went in there and you took his wife and kids
Yeah.
and made
Okay.
them your own.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm like,
Okay. All right. Listen, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We're going to take it
okay.
one step at a time, and we're going to figure it out if it can be figured out, and
Well,
if
thanks
not,
for
then
making me
we'll.
feel better about it.
Sure. Okay.
Golly. All right.
Okay. We'll be back on March 3rd, 2025. Miss Shelley, we will notify Mr. Michelson today that he's been appointed, but it will be your responsibility to contact him to set up an appointment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We will see y'all back on March 3rd. It will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two in advance of March 3rd to see exactly what time we'll have that hearing. So we will be in recess on this case. We'll be in recess till 11 o'clock. I'll be back then to call another Randall County adversary hearing on the Searcy and Sanders children. So we'll stand in recess. Everybody have a good week.
That hearing was supposed to be about establishing paternity and determining the next steps for the child's welfare, yet somehow we ended up on the Maury show. When your life choices make science itself throw up its hands, maybe it's time for some self-reflection. I wonder, if a DNA test can't tell you apart, is that the universe's way of saying you already done too much? And how does the law adapt to situations that science can't handle? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more gripping courtroom moments. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.